Hi, I'm Sean. You're watching Shopworx. On this episode here, we're going to be putting a new turbo on this Powerstroke 96 crew cab of mine. Haven't been driving it much. It's been leaking oil like crazy, and as you can tell, it's been beat pretty good from the hail. It's supposed to be going in, getting repaired here middle of next month. So I want to get the oil leak fixed. I've been losing about 3 quarts to every 600k or so. So what was that? About 7-8 liters come back from up north there hauling a gooseneck, and I went through 3.5 gallons of Vegas and back. So time to get it fixed. I ordered a KC300X for it, and exhaust back pressure valve delete base for it. So get that changed out in here and get her going. So I'm going to spark it up, take it in, get it washed, and bring it back and get at her. And been running for probably since Christmas maybe before Christmas. So you can tell she just undercoated everywhere there. Well, I got her washed out and heading back now. $11 car wash, wasn't bad. Don't know if you can see what I hate about them gauges or not, these lovely auto meters here. Probably can't see, but I'm missing digits and or bars in those digits. So something to put on my list of things. I'm not impressed with these. Just off warranty, barely drive this thing, so it is what it is. Well, took it for a wash. Still has some oil leaking down the backside there somewhere. Pull a bunch of these boots off here. Start getting at it. I don't know how much I'm going to have to tear to get at it. Hoping not my air conditioning line there. I think I can weasel it out, but helps not having the fuel housing and all that other crap in here. Hopefully that's where the oil's leaking. I'll find some kind of hint or reason or something in there, hopefully. Everything's still a little toasty warm. I parked it up here, went in, had some lunch, and hoping it was going to cool off. I got the oil drained out already underneath. Just make sure you use a fresh flat disc on your stainless sheet. You'll get contamination in it. Live and learn. Probably end up powder coating them eventually. Pull them off, get a little more room here first, and then put some rags in. Well, I've got it all loosened off here finally. Thought I was doing pretty good. I was about 45 minutes into it with one bolt left, and couldn't get it until I went and ran around town looking for a little swivel socket. So if anybody's interested, 10 mil gear wrench swivel socket, 6-inch extension, you can get those back two pedestal bolts out pretty easy. Last time I pulled this, it was on an engine stand, so it was pretty easy. Pulled back was accessible. So, thankfully I had it off within the last few years, and you know, it'd be a lot worse otherwise. So just get it out of here and see if I can see where it's been leaking. I don't think this is my sole leak here, but the oil on the rod here has definitely been leaking out of there for sure. One bolt. Well, now that I got this out here, I can look in here a little bit better. I got oil down in the bottom of the valley pan here, a little bit up front. Most of the crud and crap's right at the back, so I'm hoping that's where my oil leak was coming from. Looks of things. Put the rings in. Plugged off here by some schmag as well. Clean that out, clean everything up. And for now I'm going to pop those O-rings out. Put something in there. It's all ready to go, and pull out the new turbo. Get it all cleaned up good and nice in here first, so I can see if that high pop's leaking. That's my other source where I might be having some issues is that high pop. I think my problem here, see all the dirt and oil and grease all over here. I don't really want to roll this turbo around too much, but it's coming out of the shaft here that actuates the back pressure valve. So I'm going to probably tear that apart a little later just to have a look and see how bad it is in there, but I think it's stored up pretty good, and that's why we're getting, you can see the dirt streaks and oil. A while back it had a clean channel of oil coming out of right down in here. Not sure if you can see it or not, and dripping off. Again, you can see some of the oil here. I just pressure washed it before I tore into it, so it is what it is there. I went through and did the wheel on here and everything not too long ago, so it's in good shape. I'm going to save it. Another project. Put a wicked wheel in here. This thing building about 3 pounds more than a stock one, according to my gauge. Whether that's right, wrong, or indifferent. But well, this is my new pedestal for on here. I guess it'll more or less. How would we have it facing? More or less be sitting that way, so you can see how it's deleting the oil leak, or my source of an oil leak, and hopefully make things a little easier to get to the back bolt on that pedestal. We will see, along with this delete. And they come with the get rid of the bypass, the butterfly on there. So I'll be putting this on probably after I get it on the truck. Give me a little more space to work with. This is the turbo. Haven't even pulled it out of the box yet. Just opened it up. Comes with a bunch of stickers, brief install manual, you know, pre-lube the bearings, etc., etc. So I'll be doing that. I guess I should pop this open and see what she looks like. Oh, comes with gaskets and O-rings by the looks of things. Not even sure how to tear into this. Next, I got a new boot as well. Did a lot of Googling on here, and it was coming down between the KC and the Beans 66, so I like their support a little better, I think, on the KC. That's why I went with it. It's already got the delete on there. Huh, what do you know? Guess I don't need that. Won't be putting it on afterwards. It's on there right now. It comes pretty well protected here, it looks like. Everything's all capped off and plugged. New band clamp. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty nice little setup so far. So it says to pre-oil it as far as the bearings go in here. Not really sure what that all entails typically. I'm just going to dribble a little bit in both inlet and outlet. Rotate it gently. Hopefully that'll be good enough for things nice and free. Like that. Comes with the O-rings. Now the way I see it, this thing sits like this. Get them down here and then torque it. There's two different specs I've been reading on there. One's 18, one's 35. You know, it's 5/16 bolt, give or take. I'm pretty confident 35 would be a more accurate number. I don't know, somewhere along the line that 18 I guess comes from Ford somewhere, so it beats me. Snug them a bit first and then give them a torque after. And that all set up. Get the rest of the oil off. Everything. Yeah, she's draining out the back here like crazy. After seeing how hard it was to tear apart there, I'm going to be putting some nickel anti-seize on them bolts there. A little better than the copper in my opinion. On the back of the up pipe I got the two studs and then the two bolts, so I'm going to prep that up before I get ready to drop it in, and then do the back, the O-rings there, and away we go. Well, guys, a little dark out. I've managed to Get her in with the swivel socket there, and everything sort of lining up-ish. Had to cut some boots down and etc. But my problem here is that inducer is a lot bigger, and I'm not sure if you all can see or not, but I got the wiring harness in the way there. It doesn't want to go on at all. I can get the boot started, but can't get the band clamp over it even. It's that tight. So about the only thing I can see is see if I can find a different valve cover gasket for this thing tomorrow. Throw on a 9803 or whatever they are, with a single pigtail right there instead of the double, and that'll get rid of that pigtail completely out of the way of my turbo there. Do a bunch of soldering and shrinking and all that other great stuff, but I think it'll be worth it. Like I say, that inducer is quite a bit bigger than the old one there, so even comes out and sticks on the doghouse for the breather for the oil, for the engine gases there. So that's where I'm at with that for now. Like I say, the turbo itself bolted in there just peachy, but even the boot's a lot bigger here. That lovely pigtail there, I've got a plan now. Went and picked up a valve cover harness here. Didn't want Dorman, and haven't had much, whole lot of luck with their products and color coordinated wires. Somebody had a pigtail on here originally. I'll show a picture of that here in a bit. And it was all screwed up. The wires were matched wrong, or the right colors were there, but they were in the wrong pin out. So my plan to fix this issue here, only doing the one side for now, just due to funditis and lack thereof, is I'm going to go and put some paperweights on here. Use a newer model Super Duty valve cover here. Involves a little bit of rewiring. This is a Borg Warner design gasket, so should be reasonable quality. I expect it'll be a lot better than, say, if I bought a Dorman. You know, some people have good luck. Overall, Dorman products just don't satisfy me. So we'll see how this one goes. If this works out good, eventually I'll do the other one on the passenger side. Then they'll at least be both the same. But for now, I'm just fixing the problem so I can get that turbo mounted. I got the new valve cover put on. You can see now that the wiring connector for that, for the glow plugs and the injectors, is off on the side, which should just clear that. As it is, it's coming up there. There's a lot more room between there and here for it to clear, so I'm going to be hacking back into the wiring harness here and fix up the two pigtails and see what else I can abandon in here. So, and then once I get the wiring harness done, plugged in, soldered and shrunk, I'll be putting the bracket on here and continuing on. I'm going to change out a couple of clamps back in there too. I don't really care for. I found some better ones here, so we'll get going on that. Now I've got it all buttoned up in here. I got my less than a 25-cent mod for you US guys there. That's a Canadian quarter. So that's like, I don't know, 16, 18 cents. And I put my little resistor in there to fool it for not throwing an air code. Put it so I can pull it out if I need to. And should be able to start fitting some stuff together here. Can change these boots out first, and got it all put back together here. It's going to be starting to get dark out right away, and it's very windy out here and fairly cold today. Didn't get an early start on it like I hoped to. Ended up running around town looking for band clamps and stuff like that. So it's all in now. had some fun with it, but I'm going to fire it up tomorrow and get a video on that and see if there's any other oil leaking down here and some good daylight, and put a bunch of oil back in it. So we're good there. Got a new air filter coming, so I can have a new one of those. Throw some brake fluid in tomorrow too. It's a little low there. So get her cleaned up. There's my old valve cover harness with the pigtails. So instead of those, it's now here in the middle, and life should be good. Doubt you can see that, but I got the mirror looking down in there on that piece back in underneath the high pop on here. I don't know if it's leaking off the non-serviceable plug or if it's leaking off the gasket there, so I'm going to fire it up here and see where it's, hopefully tell where it's coming from now that I got the valley pretty clean. So. Got the turbo, everything's all buttoned up, we're ready to kick her on. Well, I don't see anything leaking under the hood there yet. You let it warm up for a bit and have another peek. Could be the IPR O-ring, could be the non-serviceable plug, or could be the gasket on the high pop. So, let her go for a little bit. I noticed I got a fuel leak on a line up in the valley there too. So, sucks, it's right under the Y pipe. So, have to tear some of that back apart again. I'm not sure you can see very good down there with that or not, but looks like it's leaking off the high pop seal to the front cover there. See if John can pick me up a gasket for that. Find this should be a 2-hole gasket. Most of them are 3 that you see nowadays. They're hard to get around here anyway. So get one of those, we'll get that fixed, and got another little fuel leak dripping. Not sure you can see that little hard line there running right under. Got a leak right at the hose. It's clamped on. With a way of fixing that here. See if I can't pull something off. I get like a 3/8 hose barb push on into 3/8 hard line or some kind of connection, make it future proof. You can see the fuel going out the back there. Well, spent the day at it here. Got the power steering pump changed out down here. Had a leak there last few trips too. Added it, topped it off about the same as the engine oil. And went through and did the high pop down below here. Got that cleaned out and buffed up. Tightened the hose clamp on my fuel leak. Should be all that is, I hope. So we're going to spark it up here in a minute or two, and should run like crap because I had to drain the oil out of the reservoir for the high pop. And see how she does. Might help put the batteries on first. Forgot about that. the oil, but I hope it's the stuff I spilled filling that high block reservoir. Yeah, now we get it cleaned up. Just taking her for a little spin here. Probably can't see anything. Boost says 0 right now. Just waiting for it to warm up a little bit. Really not going to be able to see too much with that thing anyway. With the digital gauges, it'll change and change. Once I warm it up a little bit and make her for a little romp into town here, and chip's not on or anything like that either, so we're just running, you know, basically stock other than the injectors and intercooler and turbo. So we'll see. Starts boosting a lot earlier. Getting higher boost too. It was 16 pounds before. Now I'm hitting 22, 24, 25. So rolling at 100. Digital says 21-ish, 2130-ish. Smoking out the back end like it used to either. About 15, 18, 20, 26. Keep slowing down here. Well, I'm going to call it a success with the turbo. Hopefully it fixed my oil leaks too at the same time. It'd be kind of nice if it fixed that. So right now I'm going to call it a success until I find out about any oil leaks. Also, the water meth's turned off right now too, so that's not counting any of the cooling. Now we're warmed up. Still hit 1100 with the EGTs, but not like it was before. It'd be just climbing like crazy instantly. Now I can actually tap her on the floorboards. So we're going to be taking her on a nice little cruise here. Now that we got it buffed up, we're going to check oil leaks here in the next couple days. And we'll head down through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states. And, you know, out of Alberta. Basically get an oil change worth of mileage on here, doing a little bit of a holiday. I'll probably do a little bit of video and maybe on the way down, way back. If not, at least have some kind of you know, thoughts, feelings, differences on this turbo. Is it worth it? You know, like I've got some numbers floating around here, and I don't know. Right now, I've got a smile on my face, so that's a little foreshadowing. So, if you want to find out more on this, see more stuff on the old body Fords, 6-door build, etc., 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 coming up there. I'm going to be getting going on that stuff when I get back again. So, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you around on the next ones.